So today I have a pair of Harman Kardon HK770s on the workbench. These are very nice power amps from Harman Kardon. They fly under the radar, so they sell pretty cheap. And for the money, you can't really beat these in my opinion. You can pick these up for about 300 bucks, put about $100 worth of parts. You're at $400 for a very nice amplifier for bookshelves or even headphones. I know a lot of people that use these for headphones as the noise floor is very, very low in these amps. Both of these amps are in for a full restoration. So all the capacitors are going to be changed out. Also, new binding posts for the back. So the owner opted in for Cardis audio binding posts. These are very nice, but they're pretty expensive. Shouldn't be too hard to mount, but I only have a limited amount of room to work with. And these posts are pretty deep. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, so I will find out as I go, but it should be pretty straightforward. So I'll keep you guys updated. Continuing on with one of the HK770s in for restoration. I'm just in the process of reflowing and recapping the boards. Just wanted to show some of the bad soldering in the high heat areas. Soldering is a pretty weak point on a lot of Harman Kardon gear of this era. You can just see lots of cracked and dry joints where a lot of the dropping resistors are. This is the front VU meter board. Also, I have the driver cards out. You can see this is a high heat area as well. You can see the drive transistors right there. Just lots of bad soldering from the high heat. Lots of these joints are actually cracked all the way through. I'm actually kind of surprised that this amp was working to begin with. No burned components, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just going to be recapping this, reflowing every single joint. Here's the back panel. I retrofit Cardis binding posts on the back, as well as some nice RCAs. Actually cut off a piece of aluminum, which I mounted everything to. I think that came out pretty nice. I ended up having to trim down the binding posts and add copper wire to get them to mount to the PCB. I think it came out pretty good. I'm just waiting on a couple relays and I'll be through with this. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm just gonna keep continuing on with this one. I also have one right over here. It's getting the same treatment. So, all right. Here's a driver card out of one of the HK770s. And I wanted to show what happens with this corrosive glue that they use to hold down some components. The glue used on this input cap spread over to the shunt cap next to it, and it actually ate away at the leg. Don't know how well you can see that. That cap should be connected down to that post, and it is corroded off. Just something to keep in mind when restoring gear like this. Not many people know how bad this corrosive glue can get. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I'm almost done with the second HK770. I have both main boards completely reflowed and recapped, as well as the front VU board and both driver cards. So I have every single solder joint reflowed, as they were basically all bad. I have new Bourne's trimmers for DC offset and bias, so that'll make it a lot easier to zero out the offset and adjust the bias. New film caps on the input and Elna Silmic 2s in other areas on the board. The rear panel was the most challenging out of this whole project. Took quite a while, but it yielded a very nice result, and I'm sure the owner will be very happy with it. New relays as well, so turned out very nice. Here's one last look at the amp before I get it all back together. So anyway, keep you guys updated. All right, so I just finished up the restoration of these Harman Kardon HK770s. Just got the bias and the offset in both amplifiers done. And right now I have this one hooked up to the oscilloscope. I'm feeding in a 1000 hertz square wave, and you can see just how clean it is. Zero overshoot and zero ringing. I have the amp loaded down with an 8 ohm dummy load. So it's very cool. That's what I like about these amps so much. They're just very good performers for not a lot of money and very easy to work on. Give you a shot of the inside real quick. I think the binding post came out well too. Customer's very happy about that. Same with the RCA jacks. All right, so the last thing to do is get the lids back on and take a listen. All right, here they are. These are now all set to go to their new owner. I've had them on for the past few days and they've been working great. Zero issues whatsoever. They sound really, really good. I'm very happy with them. The owner is very eager to get these back. He's been waiting for almost a month now. So this was a pretty long process, especially considering the actual steps that I had to take to mount these binding posts. That was the biggest job in this restoration. So I'm very happy with them. And the owner is too. He's happy to get rid of the old spring clips. So like I said, they've been performing great. They sound great. So they're all set to go. I know I didn't show every step in the restoration. I don't really like to get distracted too much with the camera. That just causes problems in my opinion. But you know, pulling it out once in a while, showing the progress that's made, I think that's a good idea. Makes for good content. Lots of people enjoy watching this type of stuff. So I might end up doing more of these videos in the future. I haven't decided yet, but anyway, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Other than that, thanks for watching.